Council's brand name customers. Let's go back to Tom. Do you happen to have a brand name customer who loves you to death, who's helped you grow your business? It's hard to think that a customer can do more than just buy from you.
We do. When you go back, again, about 20 years ago, we were supporting a local customer called Meyer, who was a grocer, and they, in order to carry our products, the products that we were supporting them with, they didn't know how to treat it like a typical distributor of our products would, and so they had us treat it like a grocered item where we had to barcode it and do all sorts of things. Well, they helped us build the capability for our systems integration of our total supply chain management program. We were able to take that to another retailer called Builders Square, who happened to be looking to, they were married with Kmart. They were looking for the next level of support. We were able to get into their program because of the Meyer credibility. And from the Builders Square experience, we were able to get into Home Depot and Lowe's, and eventually we went the Lowe's direction when we had to make a choice. But it was the referential nature of those relationships and the credibility that opened the door for the next opportunity.
So your customers, without your customers selling for you, you wouldn't be where you are today.
Absolutely, and coincidentally, we got into Lowe's not through the purchasing department, but our IT people who were managing the Builders Square business happened to be at an IT EDI conference, met the IT person from Lowe's, and with the Lowe's credibility and the IT connection, we were brought in, and today we have more retail locations than any supplier in our industry in the products we manage.
So an important question, how did you transform a customer into a marquee customer?
It was really listening to the customer and developing the capabilities that were important to them, and then using them as a referential tool, as a proof of ability to execute a model.
Now, you're a big company and a big business unit, Adrian. Is this working for you?
It is. In addition to understanding our customers' needs, such as the aircraft manufacturers, we're very involved with pilots. And many of us within the organization are pilots. We get together at other, air shows, trade shows. We're very close to understanding what it is the customer wants. And number one for all pilots is safety. You want to be safe, and you want to make your job easier. Because when something goes wrong, when you're flying in the airplane and you're in bad weather and you're in a lot of traffic in a busy area, the last thing you want to do is compromise yourself and the people you're carrying or other people on the ground. And so for us, we've been able to take that and understand what the customer wants and implement it as part of our products, and through a lot of human factors work. And the reason I bring up the iPod, because the iPod is such a fantastic piece of equipment that really responds and understands what the consumer's looking for. We've modeled our business and our products after that, so that everything that we do in the airplane is really 3 clicks or less in terms of radio tuning, putting in your flight plan, setting up your autopilot, everything that you need to do. That's what our cockpit does, or our standalone niche technologies do.
Are your marquee customers then pilots? Spread the word amongst other pilots?
Our marquee customer, I would characterize as the dealer. We've got a dealer network, okay. And then those are the folks who do the installations of the products and the technologies. Also, through word of mouth and brand recognition. One of our products, for example, is called a Skywatch. It's a collision avoidance system, and it gives you another set of eyes, to help you as a pilot, so that you don't, fly into someone else. Once you fly with it, you'll never want to fly without it. There's another product we have called Landmark, which is a terrain awareness warning system. And some people would say, well, I'm not stupid enough to fly my plane into the ground. But in reality, controlled flight into terrain is the #1 cause of incidences. And so with that, I've got the FAA on my side, because the FAA goes and looks at runway incursions and such, and mandates certain technologies, which can also drive sales.
You're teeing up an alliance partner here.
Absolutely, the government.
Do you have a customer? They can be. Do you have a customer advisory council of dealers?
Yes, we do.
You do?
Yeah.
How often do you meet?
We've met once a year. It's been stepped up to twice a year. The development cycle and the regulatory requirements for certification usually just mandate it to be or allow for once a year.
Great. Okay. Do you have any marquee customers in the office?
Yeah,
High performance, healthcare, nurses, doctors?
You know, I think maybe the best example, which by the way, is, marquee customer is one of my. I have two of the 7 below 3.
Okay, that's okay.
One of the 2 is marquee customer, just for the record, because in this evolution we are pursuing a new marquee customer. For us, to talk about high performance building, the role of the architect and the role of the designer is really key. So once we do a good job, we can demonstrate, I love what you said, you show the proof. We can demonstrate to them, sometimes even addressing their own space, demonstrate to them why high performance building are truly have truly an impact on the business and not only a nice talk. Construction company developers, I mean, these are all marquee customers, and I would say we are at the beginning of that journey. We have few of them which are great marquee customer, but there is more to go. That's why I don't have a 3 yet there. The second element in terms of customer advisory council, we also sell for the most part through dealers. And so we have actually a dealer council which we meet, with whom we meet 3 times a year, which becomes a very, particularly again in a time of such a big evolution as a company, becomes a phenomenal tool to really guide us through this change, or reminding us of the customer of yesterday, not only of the customer of tomorrow.
An important lesson here is as you move market segments, your marquee customer advisory councils can be different and will shift, right? Thank you. You hinted at alliances, FAA, for a second. So do you have alliances that help you break into new markets, Adrian?
Well,
and it can be the government,
Absolutely. I mean, years ago, when my company was just a provider of standalone products, we would align ourselves with the bigger avionics companies, such as Rockwell Collins and Honeywell, to sell our products or include them in their full cockpit offerings to the aircraft manufacturer. Additionally, we target things like the FAA because there's safety reports, there's government opportunities, there's the infrastructure of the aerospace system. Basically, the airspace system is a hub and spoke type system that revolves around major airports, and yet for the business aircraft operator, we're flying into more local airports, Tulip City, for example, or such, something that makes business aircraft flying so convenient. So if we come up with an idea such as a safety product that can help to prevent runway incursions, we can pitch that to the FAA, and if the FAA embraces it, there are things that they can help promote us to, and that helps to drive the market, and especially if they mandate it and they require every aircraft to be produced to have one, then it's a set thing, and we're on the leading edge with that.
And Franco, is when you're a small company and you're dealing with a large company as an alliance, fill a portfolio gap. So fill a technology gap, a portfolio gap, and as such, that larger alliance partner gets leverage. By filling that gap, they sell more of their product line or solution offering, and you're filling it. When I was the general manager of residential services in North